hate it when I do popular movies. So many times throughout the years, I've had to watch all of these slasher movies with sexed-up teenagers, virginal leading ladies, pot-smoking, nudity, silent mask-wearing madmen. Well, now, thankfully, I get to watch one that also has all of those things. But the cinematography is fantastic, so that makes it okay. It's John Carpenter's Halloween, a slasher film so groundbreaking and inspirational, it not only inspired hundreds of other movies in the years to come, but also caused pre-existing movies to change their frickin' names. And that movie had absolutely nothing to do with Halloween! So does that mean I'm gonna review this movie with the respect that it deserves? Or am I gonna be my usual snarky self just to make myself sound smarter than you? Yes. I mean, it's Halloween. What other movie did you expect me to do? That Trick or Treat movie starring Skippy from Family Ties? Wait a minute. Why the hell am I not doing Trick or Treat starring Skippy from Family Ties?
Dear Cinema Snob, you are clearly only choosing this movie just to get hits, and therefore that makes this an inappropriate movie for you to choose for your otherwise fantastic internet series.
What? No, I did not choose it for the hits. I chose it because it would have been highly inappropriate for me to choose Friday the 13th 3D for Halloween, which I would have chosen for the hits. I don't know why I'm wasting time here. Let's get to one of the greatest horror films of all time. The hell? That's a silly title. Can you see the foreshadowing? She spells Linda with a Y. Whoo, she's definitely gonna die. Forget this Michael Myers guy. I want to get the real story on this mysteriously expanding pumpkin with an obvious hair lip. Ah, Haddonfield. As an Illinois resident, I know exactly where this is. It's in our California district, named after a town in Kentucky. The cameraman here is keeping a good eye on that pumpkin before someone steals it and makes an opening credit sequence out of it. Lights out, I know what that means. Curling up around the TV to watch Joe Bob Briggs tell us all the reasons this movie is awesome. With the length of this child's arm, I think that he's secretly Mr. Fantastic. And in this whole 40 seconds of time, Michael Myers' sister was able to go upstairs and bang her boyfriend, who then leaves. To be fair, 1963 sex mostly involved running around the house with plastic bags over your head and somehow making that racist. I want to see that giant child arm again.
Yes, Stretch Armstrong. Now stretching fun farther than ever before.
Now whatever you do, don't run too fast with that knife. Oh, god damn it. This tall guy next to me won't stop stabbing my sister. See, Friday the 13th, this is how you do murder and sex in the opening scene, by doing it before Friday the 13th came out.
Michael?
You are so grounded, mister. We are gonna stare at you for the next 30 seconds, making damn sure you know how disappointed you made us. You know what would have made this better? If that scene were 40 minutes long, and they were all rednecks. This is the part in the movie where half the audience was thinking to themselves, are there 30 days in October or 31? Which one is Halloween? Here we see Michael's doctor, Sam Loomis, on his way to pick up Michael for the annual Halloween Easter egg hunt. They do crazy things at the loony bin.
Just try to understand what we're dealing with here. Don't underestimate it.
Don't you think we could refer to it as him?
Seeing how I'm transferring the shark from Jaws, I'm sticking by that statement.
What do I give him when we take him in front of the judge?
A Zagnut. He'll go into diabetic shock. That's exactly what we want. But the Halloween pranks start a little early at the Nut House.
Since when did they let them wander around?
See, this is what happens when you throw a water fountain through the window. R.P. McMurphy dies, the chief gets away, and babysitters are murdered. And after this, Michael will be so distraught by not getting her nurse's hat that he'll kill her 20 years later.
He's gone. He's gone from here. The evil is gone.
I don't know what patient that was, but the shocks in that bastard car will go out any second. Now we're at Halloween, or if Connell Cochran made the title card, here's what it would look like. As you probably know, the movie is set in Illinois, but filmed in California. Seeing how there's a couple shots where palm trees are in the background, or the grass flipping out because they've never seen fall leaves before. I would make a petty remark on how that goof somehow makes this movie bad in order to make myself look hip and cool, but it really wouldn't. Wait, and there's California license plates too? I reserve my hypocritical continuity hate for lesser movies, and even then it's still kinda silly. That's sorta like criticizing the video quality of an internet reviewer who mostly talks about porn. Just think, if this movie were made nowadays, they'd really drive home the era and have some sweet 1978 Top 40 playing. This is Laurie Strode. She may seem normal now, but give it some time and goth chick.
Just watch.
And that's what makes Halloween the ultimate no trespassing movie of all time. Seriously, if Michael had just put up a sign, that would have saved a lot of lives. Anyway, after a good night's rest, Dr. Loomis is ready to catch that crazy.
Well, he was your patient, Doctor. If precautions weren't strong enough, you should have told somebody.
I told everybody!
Nobody listened.
He should have been listening to you. According to the credits, that's Dr. Wynn, a member of the Cult of Thorn who created Michael. A creation, by the way, that specializes in staring at high school girls through the window. It's pretty spooky that Michael is staring at her, but Nancy has it much worse on the other side of the room. And to be fair to Michael, he isn't allowed within 50 feet of a school, so at least he knows the law. Too bad Tommy's having a worse day.
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you.
Yeah, Old Man Winter's gonna get you with these outdoor locker rooms you have.
Don't you know what happens on Halloween?
Yeah, a shitty Paranormal Activity movie comes out. And why isn't Michael allowed within 50 feet of a school? Well, this image says it all. He scares children, but doesn't give them candy afterwards. He just murders their fucking friends. What they're not showing you here is that Michael has already driven over 30 children from driving with a mask on. Damn it, Dr. Loomis, you'd make it to Haddonfield sooner if you weren't talking on the phone every 5 miles.
If you don't, it's your funeral.
Way to really creep out the crew member standing 5 feet from you. Wait a minute, these are the same matches the nurse in the car had. Why is the nurse stealing jumpsuits? Go easy with the soundtrack. You're gonna wake up the truck driver. He's been driving for 36 hours. And now we get to meet the rest of our characters who are nothing like those airhead dolts from the 1980s slasher movies. Oh no, no. These are pure Mensa members all the way.
I'll be totally wiped out.
I don't think you have enough to do tomorrow.
Totally. It totally never showed.
That's not true.
Totally.
Totally.
It's totally dark.
Dude, well, I guess you gotta respect someone who finds one word and just sticks with it. But still, good cinematography, a good soundtrack.
Hey, Linda, Lori, why didn't you wait for me?
Because you're near 30 years old and you shouldn't be hanging out with us. Ooh, uh-oh.
Hey, jerk! Speed kills!
Michael Myers, the slasher movie villain who's very insecure about his driving.
You know, Annie, someday you're gonna get us all into deep trouble.
Yeah, one of these drivers is gonna stab us in the chest someday. Or, follow us home.
I don't see anything.
The guy who drove by so fast, that one you yelled at?
Oh, subtle, isn't he?
In the 70s, after-school stalking was a fantastic way to meet new people. And by people, I mean underage ladies.
Lori, dear. He wants to take you out tonight.
Well, he was following us, but free dinner on Halloween night? Ooh, sign me up.
Guys think I'm too smart.
I don't. I think you're wacko. Now you're seeing men behind bushes.
It's almost like your brother is a serial killer. That'd be a stupid twist. When the hell did the Silver Shamrock Mask come into this movie?
Excuse me, Laurie.
Oh, Mr. Brown.
If only this were Halloween H2O, that kind of thing would have happened 30 more times and with a music sting.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Yeah, did you see the horror movies that came out this Halloween? We didn't even get that one good scare. So far, Michael is getting a really bad rap. He just wants to dry off his leftover rags from the garage truck. The music is making everything sound so dire. But seriously, fantastic soundtrack. Oh, what jokers put siding on our garage doors? Oh, those damn kids. And see, this is why the movie works so well, because even our survivor smokes weed. Oh, wait, that also happened in Friday the 13th. Yeah, well, this movie did it first. And it takes time out to tell us another scary story.
One night he finished dinner. He got himself a hacksaw. And then he went back into the house and he kissed his wife and his 2 children goodbye. And then he proceeded...
Where are we?
Fuck, God damn it, Dr. Loomis, I wanted to hear the end of that. No, seriously, I've always wanted to hear the end of that fucking story. And he moved the tombstones but didn't move the graves? Meanwhile, at the corner of Narc and Cop Dad...
Bye, girls.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
There goes the last time I'll ever see my girl alive again. Wow, that was a sad joke. And it's always funny to see Loomis and Michael conveniently miss each other in the same way that Schwarzenegger and DeVito did in the first 15 minutes of Twins. Let's get back to the real issue of the movie. Boys!
I'd rather go with Ben Tramer.
Ben Tramer? I knew it! See, you do think about things like that, huh, Lori?
Shut up.
He's cute!
Plus, Ben Tramer has a fantastic future ahead of him. At least for the next 8 hours or so. Hi there, I'm here to bone in your house while your daughter watches horror films. Poor Loomis, bet he wished he were with Ben Tramer tonight.
Does anybody live here?
No, not since 1963 when it happened. Every kid in Haddonfield thinks this place is haunted.
They may be right.
Right. Dr. Loomis believes in ghosts?
What is that?
It's a dog.
Oh, don't mind the dead dog. They were just filming a Godfrey Ho movie in here. But about the place being haunted... Wait till about 3:15 a.m. and you'll start seeing pig's eyes out the window.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Dr. Loomis, eternal optimist. It's nice to actually get a real, dramatic, psychological breakdown of our slasher movie villain. That is, unless Silent Night, Deadly Night does it, then it'd be sleazy. Kid looks bored. She must be reading him Goosebumps.
I don't like that story.
I thought King Arthur was your favorite.
No, I said Arthur 2 on the Rocks was my favorite.
Tarantula Man?
Lori, what's the boogeyman?
It's a hit song by KC and the Sunshine Band, but that's not important right now. Again, the animals are always the first to sense a slasher film. Personally, I love the image of the camera crew mooning the dog in order to get that reaction from him. The girl Annie is babysitting is hard at work readying her fantastic career in reality television. And Tommy is getting scared by Michael posing for the poster to Psycho 2. After spilling some butter on her shirt, Michael's inner animal house is aroused by the prospect of full frontal nudity, but no luck. Dick! This'll stop him from jerking off next to a tree.
Lindsay! Lester's barking again and getting on my nerves again. Oh, never mind. Guess he found a hot date.
Yeah, that's the sound a dog makes when it's on a hot date. With the preppy murderer, that is. Why aren't they watching John Carpenter's The Thing, even though it hasn't been made yet?
Tommy, Halloween night, it's when people play tricks on each other.
Yeah, especially movie studios release the majority of their horror films in January. I miss the days when it was perfectly acceptable for kids to go around dressed as O.J. Simpson from Capricorn 1. One thing I certainly wish they would touch upon is how Michael Myers can open doors with his fucking mind. And when Annie gets locked in the laundry room, pay attention. Michael shows up in the background only because he just murdered Waldo. And don't bother asking her for help. She won't do it unless Andy Cohen tells her to.
Hi, Lindsay. This is Paul. Is Annie there?
Yes, she is.
Get her for me, will you?
Annie, the director's on the phone. He wants you to show up in a corpse cameo in Halloween 2. Back then, it's important to note that laundry rooms came with refrigerators. It was before the invention of the dryer.
She got stuck in the window. She'll be right here.
There marks the first time that someone thought of Kyle Richards as bitchy. Also, you see this? This is scary enough. Future movies don't need to make Michael Myers the size of a house.
Well, come on, get your coat. We're going to pick up Pa.
I don't want to.
Look, Lindsay, I thought we understood each other.
I want to stay here and watch this.
Okay.
That was fucking abrupt. I knew this movie had an open ending, but I didn't know it was that open. Oh, right. I did that. Oh, how did they not hear that giant fart he just let out?
Oh, fancy.
You want to talk? You're about to fuck a pumpkin. Now watch this kid for me so I can have sex, which is really quite awesome.
The old Girl Scout comes through again.
If she were a Girl Scout in an 80s slasher movie, well, that'd be sexist. Now she's off to have sex and get promptly murdered afterwards. Or not. Don't worry, it's already been established that Halloween is the season where people play tricks on each other. She's fine. No need to get frightened, kid. It's probably just some raccoons wrestling around in the garbage. Laura gets pissed at Tommy, which is hardly fair, because only hours ago she was also seeing disappearing, reappearing people. Say, you're at the wrong house. There's no babysitters there.
Hey! Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
That's what the Halloween sequels needed to be after this. Just Donald Pleasance fucking with children. I saw what you did to those kids. It was really quite hilarious.
I watched him for 15 years, sitting in a room, staring at a wall, not seeing the wall, looking past the wall, looking at this night, inhumanly patient.
But more so this part of the night, not Halloween 2. This part's much better.
All right, I'll stay with you tonight. Just in the chance that you're right. And if you are right, damn you for letting him go.
I didn't. He escaped the asylum, but whatever. I'm sure his daughter is fine. They killed off the horny girl before it could get to the sex scene, something a classy slasher film does, not some.
That's when we go upstairs to the first bedroom on the left. You got it?
Okay, first I rip your clothes off.
Now don't rip my blouse. It's expensive, idiot.
Oh, I got nothing. They really need to slow down on their drinking. Halloween in 1978 was on a Tuesday. They've got school the next day. Maybe this movie does foreshadow that Michael and Laurie are brother and sister. Well, they both like watching people have sex from a distance. Now that's a climax. At least no one in this movie has said,
I'll be right back.
Now, I was gonna say, Linda, you asshole, but you cut me off.
Linda, you asshole.
Ooh, he said it. That's what you get for looking like a 40-year-old man fucking a high school student. Luckily for Michael, they had a 3-foot-long butcher knife in the cabinet. Cannot figure out the physics of what I just did. It's a shame, too. I really liked that guy.
Then you rip my clothes off, then we rip Lindsay's clothes off. Yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah, that was weird.
See anything you like?
Not really. Happy your nipples are being cut off by the bottom of the screen.
All right, come on. Where's my beer?
I'm sorry, I thought you asked for some spirits. I still can't believe the best money shot in the movie is during a strangulation scene. Boy, would I cry foul if this happened in a Fulci movie.
All right, Annie. First I get your famous chewing, now I get your famous squealing.
It's a thing they like to do, call each other while having sex. Oh my God, William Shatner from Impulse, it was you all along?
Big, tough, broad, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't know why she's calling back. Michael Myers doesn't talk. Die! 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 Well, that was stupid. Meanwhile, Dr. Loomis has just noticed that the car has been about 100 feet from him this entire time. On his way, he can figure out how to not tell anyone that because it's really quite embarrassing. Laurie goes off to check on her friends, and just think, right now Dr. Chalice is watching this very scene while being held hostage. Hey, that's the music from The Taming of Rebecca. What's with this 3-foot-long butcher's knife on the floor? Weird.
All right, you meatheads, joke's over.
I just got done watching it all in the family marathon, and I'm not in the mood. It is one of the many places where the choice of music really adds to the tension of the scene. I mean, imagine this next sequence if it used music cues from Shriek of the Mutilated. Your friends are dead, but look on the bright side. The mystery of the stolen tombstone has been solved. Good thing Michael counted on Laurie coming over, because that would have been really surprising to find when Lindsay's parents came home. And Laurie wouldn't be getting the shit scared out of her for 15 minutes.
Mr. Tambourine Man!
Don't worry, you can escape. Just go for the off-color glass. That's obviously the breakaway one. Ah, great, it's the girl from Prom Night and Terror Train again. When is she gonna learn not to leave the house? After trying to wake up Carl Stowers to use his phone, she returns back to her place and finds that she lost the keys. At least that's better than the car not starting. You broke a window with the palm of your hand. You can burst through that door. Or just get the boy to let you in. Michael is soon stabbed with one of Quilt Lady's needles. At least she won't make the typical slasher movie mistake of leaving behind the knife. Oh, god damn it. What was all that screaming about a few seconds ago? I'm sure it was nothing.
Was it the boogeyman? I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of.
Are you sure? How?
Killed him.
You stabbed him in the neck with a needle. Boogeyman or not, I don't think that killed him. Nope, sure fucking didn't. Scooch over, Kyle MacLachlan. There's enough room in here for two. Hey, neighbor, I can hear your fucking radio! Clearly, she did not pay attention to the foreshadowing that the skull-shaped sunset with the blocking trees forecasted on the drive over. Ooh, right in the I'm still alive spot. Hospital! Hospital! Must kill more people at a hospital. Well, now maybe she won't drop the knife. And son of a bitch!
I want you to go down the stairs and out the front door. And I want you to go down the street to the Mackenzie's house.
I want you to tell them that they're assholes for not letting me in the house earlier. This ending, by the way, is such a rip-off of the opening scene from Halloween 2. And in the end, Laurie Strode is saved by... 1970s child psychiatry.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
I said, what's the boogeyman, not was that the boogeyman. That explains nothing. I know where he went. Michael's just run off to go direct that 90s Dennis the Menace movie. No, really. That's how you set up a string of mostly disappointments. Halloween is obviously one of the shining examples of how to do a slasher film right. Likeable characters, heroes that you want to see live, a scary villain, solid suspense marked even better by moody cinematography, and a beyond memorable and oft-duplicated soundtrack. As a horror film driven more by suspense and build-up than by kills, it holds up today just as it did in 1978. I say this while making a complete moral stand against all the other misogynistic disregard for human life slasher films for doing some of the same things that this movie did too. But it isn't enough that this movie is more well-made or better written than some of those others. No. As a cinema snob, I need to get all soapboxy about it and claim that it's okay when this movie did all of those things. And that there, my friends, is why I hate the word art house. Wait, what?
Nobody believes me. I believe you, Tommy.